60 Minutes Overtime.
This week on 60 Minutes, we travel to Lourdes, France. The Catholic Church says 70 medical miracles have happened here.
The Lord is with you.
My duty is to wait for people knocking at the door of my office to say good morning or good afternoon. I'm cured.
Dr. Alessandro Di Franciscis is the 15th residing physician of the Lourdes Office of Medical Observations.
So this, for instance, is imagery. We didn't have things like this in the past.
Where he examines claims of miraculous cures and helps determine whether or not a patient's cure is unexplained according to current medical knowledge. How far back do these go?
Well, this is the oldest, and it goes back, as you can read, by 1878. Now, the Bureau was created in 1883.
Dr. Di Franciscis showed us the archives that house thousands of recorded claims of cures.
And is entitled as Renseignement Informations on the Extraordinary Cures Operated by the Intercession of Our Lady of Lourdes,
including the miraculous case of Vittorio Micheli.
So this is the file of a young man, aged 23, that comes to Lourdes, accompanied by his brother.
And what year was this?
This is 1963. And he was recognized as a miracle in 1976. This is the day he left for military service. And he will develop very rapidly a cancer. There's no treatment at the time. This is a sarcoma, which has eaten already this part of the upper part of the hip. So a biopsy is taken this year, 62, and it shows that it is a sarcoma originated from the bone, an osteosarcoma.
So this is before visiting Lourdes.
So this is before. In 63, he comes to Lourdes. This is 64, is 1 year later, May, and this new articulation, you can easily see, is up of about at least 3 to 4 centimeters compared to the non-affected side.
And compares favorably to the non-cancerous side.
This shows that a new articulation is built, basically, in this person. And this is the only trace of his cancer is going to be that he's going to have this left leg slightly shorter than the right leg.
The miracle cures of Lourdes, including Vittorio Micheli's, have been a topic of debate and fascination from the start. Skeptics point out medical science was not as rigorous in the late 1800s and wonder how strictly the office's criteria were interpreted over the years. But no one has been able to disprove its conclusions. At the University of Arizona, Dr. Esther Sternberg is a leading scholar on the mind-body connection. She and 2 outside colleagues analyzed the reliability of the Lourdes medical records and published their findings. What were your conclusions?
As medical science and rigor in diagnosis progressed, determining whether something was an unexplained cure progressed as well. They kept adding these different layers of evaluation and more diagnostic measures, and then following them up for a longer time.
So as a doctor and a researcher yourself, how do you assess the rigor of their work?
The medical bureaus did their best. You know, it's not fair to look back, it's sort of Monday morning quarterbacking, to say now that we have an MRI scanner or we can measure people's genes. You can't go back and say, you know, in 1858 they were wrong. They didn't have that. So they did it to the best of their ability.
And you find the Bureau's conclusions to be credible?
Yes.
We were curious too, so we tracked down the medical miracle cases alive today. Their sister Luigina Traverso, who was cured of near total paralysis in 1965. Sister Bernadette Morio was cured of cauda equina, a disorder of the nerves and lower spine, in 2008. And Delizia Tiroli, whose cancerous tumor vanished from her right knee in 1976, joined Vittorio Micheli, the soldier who miraculously recovered from hip cancer in 1963, to greet pilgrims this past fall in Lourdes. All told us they are healthy and free of their original disease. Amen.